It's been a while since I've seen an Indian movie, and this one is Jailer. I think there's two Jailers that came out this year, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe? Maybe not? Chase Liaki here with the Blue Futon, reviewing Jailer. What's about? Pretty simple premise. You have an older man who's, chilling in retirement, having a great time with his grandson, with his son. However, his son gets kidnapped. He's got to figure out who done it and how he's going to get his son back. Is he going to use the people he knew from the past, from his old job as a jailer, or is there going to be other shenanigans that occurs in the third act? So, do you like this film? Overall, I was a little bit disappointed with this film. You could say, okay, this was a 2 hour and 44-minute movie without any dance sequences. Well, there was one, but I feel like it was plain fun of these dance sequences of like being the movie of like how some people have to be here, dancers have to go here, and I thought that was pretty hysterical. But I was expecting more from this movie. When I saw the trailer, I was expecting a shit ton of action. It was very minimal action. To me, this was more of a action comedy thriller, if you want to put it that way. And it just didn't float my boat as I thought it was going to do. So, on top of the positives, I think when it comes to like the action / comedy elements, I do think the comedy shined here. It was pretty witty, it was fun, and I enjoyed when there were comedic moments. It wasn't forced, it felt like it flowed very nicely. The acting was fine, I enjoyed that. When the action was there, I felt like it was more brutal than other Indian films. And what I mean by that, when you see other Indian films, it kind of cuts back from the blood. It kind of doesn't show the aftermath. Here they show the aftermath. They show heads getting chopped off. They show decent gunshots through the people's bodies and the aftermath of it. So I have to say, okay, even though the action set pieces weren't bombastic, they were somewhat grounded and they were believable with the overall, message of people are going to die through this scenario, except maybe the third act when they come down this little tunnel, if you want to put it that way. But I just think the movie itself, yeah, I kind of like how the story went. It wasn't the happiest of endings because usually that isn't like that in the real world. But there were some story elements that felt like just out of left field, especially this movie set one where you're getting this director, this love triangle, which it felt like it was just randomly in the movie. I don't know what it actually did. Yes, they did it to kind of push the blame on someone else, but it was like so left field that it kind of took me out of the film. Also, it's just a long movie. It's 2 hours and 44 minutes, and it felt like it was dragging in some scenes. I was waiting for something to happen. Yes, they try to flesh out the story and try to be theatrical with that, but when it comes to the actual just overall package, I was just overall underwhelmed with the action just being ho-hum at best, the story being ho-hum at best, and just the overall, like, hoorah experience. I knew there was a lot of cameos in this film that I don't know about, so I don't know when people saw this movie in the movie theaters, like, yeah, cameo, I know that guy. To me, it didn't hit me because, being a guy from America, just watching these random Indian films that come on Amazon Prime and movie theater, Netflix, that's how I get my daily dose of it. So overall, Jailer, I was overall disappointed. The action was ho-hum. The movie itself was ho-hum. If I had to give something that was above the ho-hum mark, it was the comedy elements, how it was subtle, and it flowed into it. And I liked the dance sequence in this one the best, not because it was minimal to the story, because it was kind of making fun of, I want to say, the culture of it, but just how they do it in the movies through and throughout. So Jailer will receive a 2.5 out of 5 Futons, which equals at 50%. Let's see the critics' news scores gave this one. Critics a 50% with 6 of them. Audience score 89% with over 100. No critic consensus. So the people that did give it a negative was at 50%. The positives were about 30s, were about 60s. So it wasn't on the higher end, but, we got the 50s and 89. Chase Lock here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think Futontopia. You Futons know what a great day. I don't care if you watch this today, tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now. I love every single freaking one of you. And yeah, what's the next one I should watch? I know there was that Leo one, which is a remake of History of Violence. And the only thing I really remember from History of Violence was that sex scene on the stairs.